Hello, friends, and welcome to Elevate with Erica. So, today's episode is one that comes from something deep within me that I felt called to share today. So, it's a profound truth that life has taught me, and it is that rock bottom will teach you way more than a mountaintop ever will. This is a powerful quote, one of my favorite quotes that I took away from a work conference that I attended last week in beautiful Florida. It was our very first Make Wellness conference. And when I heard this, I immediately was scribbling it in my notebook um, because it sparked an immediate reflection on my own journey through some of life's toughest battles. You know, today it's not just about sharing my story, but it's about the lessons and the hope and the renewed strength that comes from surviving and thriving beyond our lowest points. So, I want to go ahead and dive into this together today. And, I didn't think that I would get to this point where I am today so fast, where I could thank my pain from this past year and a half. I thought it might take years, but I feel like I'm there now. And I know I did some episodes on this last year, and I told you guys that it was something that I was working on. Um, these are always come with me episodes. This is me just trying to do better too, trying to human better too, but I didn't expect to get to this place of gratitude for that pain so quickly. And if you're not there yet, I hope that you're hanging tight with me because I know you're going to take something from this. So, first and foremost, I will tell you that my relationship that I built with God this past year definitely helped me get to where I am mentally with everything today because I feel peace, knowing and understanding that His plan is something greater than I could have ever even imagined. But I know it's not easy to get there to that point while you're in it. You start thinking, how could God have me going through this? How could there even be a God with this kind of pain that I'm in? And this is where I'm hopeful that this episode comes in and allows you to see a grander plan today and maybe even gives you a glimpse of light. So the past year and a half has kind of felt like one trial after another for me. It started with intense struggles within my marriage, and then we faced issues that pushed us, both to the edge of kind of questioning about our love and our partnership. And just as we started to find our footing, I was thrust into a legal battle to protect my boys, which not only moms, parents, when it comes to something with your kids, and it hurts you just as much, if not more, than it hurts them. And so going through that battle, it drained my spirit, yes, but it also drained my resources, my finances. Not that they were doing great to begin with. And when I thought I had faced the worst, the foundation of my professional life then crumbled. Right. So it was my marriage, my kids, and then there goes my career, my body business, which I had nurtured for over 6 years, disintegrated like overnight, and it wiped out my income and my sense of purpose. And I do want to clarify something here because a lot of you have, I had conversations with you guys as that was going on. I know I have a lot of listeners who are my customers from Body or who are fellow partners. I guess we're affiliates now of Body. And I had conversations with you guys in the beginning that I thought the change was a good thing. I feel kind of silly for thinking that now. I I knew that my body business was mainly built on sales. And so basically the commission was going to go up is kind of what we were told. We were going to get a bigger commission. We didn't need to build teams anymore, which I was never successful at with body anyway. Um, and so I thought, this is great for me. I'm going to make more money. And then I realized that they were snatching our entire customer base from us too. That I did not know when I talked to many of you and thought it was good news. My business was running on sales, like I said, which requires a good customer service and a good customer base, and I didn't have that. And so, yeah, my business disintegrated overnight. And all of that income wiped everything I had built over the course of, I actually joined Body in 2016, but I didn't start treating it like a business until 2019. So the business that I had built for 6 years is gone. So each of these trials, it seemed to kind of set a new low. Every time I thought it couldn't get worse, it did. Um, and I got to the point where you may be today, where you're like, how can this be a grander plan? How can there be a God? Really, God? Like, what did I do to deserve this? Why am I going through this? What is it you want from me? Um, and every new low challenged me to either give up or dig deeper. Hey there, friends. I'm excited to share something that's been a game changer for my health and wellness journey. Like we have elevated, friends. Make Wellness Bioactive Precision Peptides. Now, if you're wondering, what are bioactive peptides? Let me break it down for you. These are the cutting edge supplements designed to support your body from the inside out. And we are the first company to introduce bioactive precision peptides to the market. They are totally sourced from nature, which is why they don't have to be injected like synthetic peptides. Because they are sourced from nature, they can survive in the digestive tract and work their magic. Seriously, it feels like magic. So whether you're looking to improve your energy, tackle your to-dos like a ninja with better focus, get better sleep, build more lean muscle mass, lose fat, promote radiant skin, or just feel your absolute best overall, then these peptides are going to help you level up. Here's the best part. Make Wellness takes the guesswork out of supplementation. Their formulas are backed by science and precision crafted to give you exactly what your body needs. No fluff, no fillers, just real results. Backed by billions of dollars in research and over 9 years in human clinical trials. And guess what? You can grab these life-enhancing peptides directly through me. To learn more or place an order, just head to the link in the show notes or to my Instagram channel, Peptides Restock, where I'm giving you the inside scoop on all the products, restocks, and the amazing testimonials coming in daily. I'll guide you through the options and help you choose what fits your goals best. Head over to my Instagram at Miss Erica Renee and click on that Peptides Restock channel. Let's elevate together with Make Wellness because you deserve to feel unstoppable. So don't wait. Reach out today and let's start this journey toward a stronger, healthier, elevated you. It was in those moments of just sadness that the most transformative lessons of my life were learned. I created that driver's seat journal that I've shared here with you guys before. The link is in the show notes. During that time of my life where I felt like my marriage was crumbling, I thought it was over. It allowed me to channel my fears and frustrations into something tangible and healing. And I'm grateful for that because now I get to pay that forward through that journal because those prompts worked for me. And I know they're going to work for someone else in their darkness too. But honestly, whether you're in a dark time or a light time in your life, that journal just helps you every single day choose to take the wheel. It's really, really powerful. Another thing I learned when my finances really took a hit, all three of those things really did hit my finances. Thinking my marriage was crumbling, that was a legal battle with my kids, and then my career taking a hit. All three of those things hit me financially in the course of a year and a half. When I think financially, we're already all struggling with the increased costs of just everyday things, right? So what that taught me was to live more simply, and nearly losing my family in that too allowed me to discover that the real rich in life comes from experiences and connections and times with your loved one, not the things that we own. And I'm grateful that I learned that because I'm heading into a very new, abundant season of my life that I've never been in before. But I'm grateful that I'm grounded in that. And turning to faith and all that because some good friends invited me to church when they, saw the pain I was going through and how I was maybe not handling it so well publicly on social media. I found God and I turned to faith thanks to them. It took me one time going to that church to know that that was my home. And I found a lot of strength in that spirituality and making God the cornerstone of my life during times when I felt completely alone. A lot of times, I don't know, I take that back. I was going to say a lot of times, we thank God during the good times, and then when we have bad times, we wonder where he's at. But I think he's in all of it. Um, and these lessons reshaped how I do life today. They taught me resilience and gratitude and the power of surrender and trusting him. And it's just peace in chaos like I've never known before. Um, I made my way through that darkness, scared and sad and worried and angry sometimes even. But eventually his plan unfolded, and I get it now. I get it. It all really makes sense. And that's why I can thank it. Because I'm starting to understand why it was necessary. And I'm starting to see why it was meant, what it was meant to teach me, or even maybe just put me in the position where I can then do his work. Um, it allowed me connections with other people where I could make an impact because of the pain I was going through. And so I know it served a purpose, even if not for me, but for someone else's life, if that makes sense. So my marriage, one strain has begun to blossom, and we're learning to support each other in deeper and in more meaningful ways. Like I honestly just look at my husband differently. Even just last night on the couch, sometimes I just look over to him, and this is embarrassing, but I hope that it will be relatable to say out loud. I was not planning to say this. Um, I would look at him in the past before we were going through these struggles, and our marriage wasn't doing that great. But like we hadn't discussed divorce yet. I would look at him sometimes, like sometimes we can look at our spouse and only see the bad things, right? Like the things that annoy us, the things that aren't right, the things that maybe we aren't given a voice to, and we're frustrated that they don't know, even though we don't speak it. But now, like last night, even just sitting on the couch with him, sometimes I look over at him and I just see a different person. Um, and that has been that's a total example of the work we've done this past year. We've learned a lot about each other, and we've just learned to love differently because we almost lost the love altogether. He also has a newfound involvement in things that I'm doing with my business, including this exciting new venture that we've kicked off with Make Wellness Bioactive Precision Peptides. And all of that has been nothing short of a miracle. This wasn't something I ever like bashed him for publicly, but it was things that I would, talk to my mom about. Like, I just don't think he understands what I do. He's very traditional. He's very, he's a police officer. He's very 9 to 5. So when I left my government job, um, to become, I was HR director at our local county. So when I left that to start building my business from home in the middle of a pandemic, I knew he just didn't understand. And I could always kind of feel this sense of disappointment from him. But that has all changed. And it definitely feels like a miracle. And I know I'll thrive more because I have his support. Because this business for me, it's not just a career, it's a calling. And I'm glad I answered the call. I feel like it's God's purpose for my life. And that's what pushed me through it, even without, even my own spouse's support, even without a lot of people not understanding what the heck I was doing for leaving that government job and all of those benefits after I had earned my master's degree to be in a position just like that. It was an undeniable calling over my life. And it's transformed our health. It's revitalized our financial stability, and it's given us a platform to help others achieve this same thing. Through this, I've realized that the most profound growth comes from the greatest resistance. 1000%. So, with every challenge, I have gained invaluable insights that I get to share with you today. I get to share on my stories every day. It's why I feel like, um, because I'm building this business online, and I have a team of both men and women joining me and also making an impact with these bioactive peptides. And a lot of them struggle going face to face in their stories and talking and really connecting with others. It's social media, though, like we're meant to be social. And I think a lot of the reason why here lately I've found it easier than it was for me in that year and a half where my life was ugh. I've found it easier right now to get back face to camera. Um, because I feel like I just have so much light to give. I want to I want everyone in a dark season of their life to know that there is something at the end of the tunnel for them, that there is a grander plan. And I think that these insights that we get from these dark seasons are not just lessons, right? But they're sorry, I got my hair done today. It's all over my face. If you're watching me on YouTube, it's like itchy. Anyways, these insights are not just lessons. They are basically like beacons that guide us towards a future that's filled with purpose and joy. And that's the other side I feel like I got to. Um, and we learned that resilience, we learned, meaning me and my husband, we learned that resilience is forged in the fires of the hardships that we face. We discovered that, true support often appears when we're the most vulnerable, and we see that every end can be a new beginning. It's almost like one marriage, like our first marriage died together already, and like we started a new one. And we just have to have the courage to walk through that darkness. To everyone listening, I'm going to try not to get emotional with this, but I feel like I'm like I was really called to get this message out today. Like this is really meant for someone. So whether you're tucked away in a quiet corner of your home, or you're driving home after a long day of work, or maybe you're listening in the shower like I do, or maybe you're out on a walk trying to clear your head, this message is for you. You might be facing what feels like your rock bottom, feeling alone and overwhelmed and not sure of the next step. And I get it. I I understand, because not so long ago that was me. Feeling broken with my dreams, my family, and my financial security all seeming to just slip away from me. But here's what those moments taught me. In our deepest trials, we find our truest strengths. And these aren't just challenges. They're opportunities to rediscover ourselves and to rebuild something stronger from the ground up, and to emerge not just intact, but totally transformed. I almost don't recognize myself from back then. I've learned that when everything else is stripped away, what remains is the purest part of who we are. And that is where our real power lies. That's where we find the courage to start anew, the clarity to see opportunities, and the strength to keep going. So, as you listen to this, I want you to know that your current struggles are crafting a more resilient, more compassionate, and more empowered version of you. The pain, the uncertainty, the fear, they're all a part of your larger story. Your story is unfolding in ways that you might not see, but you'll one day look back on with gratitude. So I want you to just take a deep breath and let it out slowly and know that you are not alone. And I am here with you. Our community is here with you. And together we can navigate any storm. So keep pushing forward, keep reaching out, keep faith in the journey. Your comeback will be greater than any setback that you have faced. And this is also unplanned. I want to read something to you guys. So there's like this trend going around on social media, and I tried it. So ChatGPT is like my little assistant. And so I entered this prompt in there just to see what it would say back. So I entered in, what would someone who has watched my transformation these past 1.5 years say about me today? So this is on my Instagram if you want to go read it there too, Miss_Erica_Renee. And this is what it said back. It said, watching Erica's journey has been nothing short of inspiring. She has completely stepped into her power, physically, mentally, and emotionally. She's become a true embodiment of strength, resilience, and self-belief. A year and a half ago, she was already someone with drive and passion, but now she radiates confidence in a way that is undeniable. She has faced challenges head on, whether in her personal life, in her business, or her own mindset, and instead of backing down, she's used every obstacle as fuel for growth. Erica is proof that when you put your trust in God, when you show up with consistency and belief, and when you commit to becoming who He created you to be, everything changes. And the best part, she's bringing others along for the ride, proving that real change isn't just possible, it's inevitable when you commit to elevating your life. So you guys it's on my Instagram too, like I said, but I thought that was pretty cool that that's the response it gave. And I just want you to know that that's coming for you too. So thank you for sharing this time with me today. Your stories, your struggles, and your successes inspire me to keep creating and keep speaking and keep elevating. So let's continue this journey together, supporting each other, sharing our truths, and building a life that reflects our highest selves. Because I want you to remember that the darkest nights produce the brightest stars, don't they? So go shine bright. And I encourage you to take a step today to reach out and share your story, to connect with your community, to use tools like the driver's seat journal to guide your reflections and actions. And share this episode with someone who needs this message right now, because together we can transform our toughest times into our greatest triumphs. So let's not just survive our rock bottoms. Let's use them as stepping stones to reach heights that we never imagined possible. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Until next episode, friends. E.